I don't see it happening, but he could definitely prove me wrong. But I just think, bro, like, I mean, I've trained with Canelo, I've been around him. Bro can really push back heavyweight. So I don't know how he, like, because this is the first time Canelo's actually bigger than somebody in a long time. So it's like the weights are lifted off, and now he could fight even more freely, you know? So I'm actually interested to see, bro. I can't wait for the fight. I'm definitely going to be backing Canelo, but, Crawford is a great fighter, and he could surprise me. But right now, where I would put my money is Canelo.
Ryan Garcia just released a startling take that has captured the attention of the boxing world. Even Canelo, after observing Crawford's meticulous preparation, appears worried about whether he can withstand what's coming. But just when many thought Ryan was playing it safe, he made a daring forecast. He declared, "When you have two great fighters, great things can happen, but I can picture Crawford getting knocked out in the Amir Khan way." Those remarks sent shivers through fight fans. Ryan isn't simply appreciating the McAfee's foreshadowing an unexpected conclusion by comparing it to Amir Khan's horrific knockout loss. Ryan reveals exactly how much power he believes Canelo will bring into the fight. Crawford may be smooth, quick, and precise, but a single clean shot could change everything. With both legends entering the ring, the margin between greatness and calamity remains razor thin, and just when Ryan seemed finished, he raised another serious concern: Crawford's ability to handle the weight gain.
How can he react to the new weight? Sometimes you're slower. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how Crawford adjusts and how fast his hands move, because, that's one of Crawford's, great assets is his hand speed.
And it's a question that might shape the entire conflict. Moving up in weight doesn't only affect muscle. Timing, quickness, and reflexes can all suffer. Crawford's greatest advantage has always been his fast hands and laser-like timing, but will that hold up in a heavier division? Against a fighter like Canelo, even a split-second delay could prove costly. Ryan's words only add to the anticipation, reminding fans that this isn't merely a test of skill, it's a struggle against physics, pressure, and raw power. Even Edgar Berlanga provided a more balanced perspective, yet he too raised red flags. While praising Crawford's greatness, Berlanga highlighted one crucial element that may change everything. He said, "Terence Crawford is a legend, he's great, he's an excellent fighter. The only thing I see that helps Canelo is his weight." It was a calm observation, yet one filled with meaning. Berlanga acknowledges Crawford's brilliance, but reminds everyone that this fight is not being waged on an even playing field. Size can be a silent weapon, and when combined with Canelo's strength, things can turn ugly quickly. Even legends struggle when the physical gap grows too large. As fight night approaches, this one detail looms like a silent storm before the tension escalated further. Virgil Ortiz stepped in with a more measured response. He recognized the greatness of both men, but expressed one major concern.
It's a good fight. I think it's a real good fight. I just think Crawford's too small. I just think he's too small. Yeah. He had one fight at 154, and now he's moving up to 168 to fight one of the best of all time. Now, Crawford is one of the best of all time himself. He's just a smaller one of the best of all time, and I think that's just what's going to be the factor here. I'm not saying he doesn't have a chance. I think he has a good chance. I think he really does. I think it's a real close fight. Again,
Ortiz deeply respects Crawford's legacy, but he believes stature casts a shadow over this fight. Jumping from 154 to 168 pounds against a monster like Canelo is no small climb. It is a mountain. While Ortiz believes Crawford has the ability to come close, he questions if that will be enough against an opponent bigger, stronger, and equally intelligent. In his eyes, this isn't a mismatch, it's a razor-thin fight with one major distinction, and that distinction could be the deciding factor once the opening bell rings. Ortiz didn't stop there. He doubled down on his concern. While acknowledging Crawford's unmatched talent, he couldn't ignore one obvious truth.
Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I was tough. I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting for more time. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford went from 47 to 54 to fight Majima. what did he do to Makimov? Okay? Makimov is a 54-pounder. To move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford. But I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Super G. A heavy killer in that division. And Canelo took himself like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
For all of Crawford's skill, Ortiz recognizes that this is an elite clash where size could tip the balance. He believes Canelo's blend of strength and refined technique forms a dangerous combination, especially for Crawford, who has never experienced defeat. Ortiz isn't calling it an easy victory for Canelo, but he does suggest that weight might gradually wear down even the most brilliant technician in a fight of this magnitude. Even a slight size advantage can have far-reaching implications to him. This isn't solely about who is better, it's about who is built for war at 168. Echoing that sentiment, Coach Joel Diaz left no room for ambiguity. He threw his full support behind Canelo, dismissing any notion of a close contest.
Crawford, I got Crawford, man. I learned to not bet against Crawford. I won't bet against Crawford again. I lost a lot of money betting against Crawford.
It wasn't just confidence, it was an outright declaration. Diaz stated bluntly that Crawford has no chance. Coming from a seasoned coach, that level of certainty speaks volumes. He believes Canelo's size, power, and experience will prove insurmountable, while others highlight Crawford's speed, skill, and sharpness. Diaz paints a picture of absolute dominance. If his prediction proves accurate, fans could witness one of the most one-sided super fights in modern history. But while many are siding with Canelo, not everyone is ready to write off Crawford. Brian Norman Sr. made that clear, admitting he had learned his lesson the hard way.
I've seen Crawford personally. I've seen him in the ring personally, and he's a bad man. He's a bad man. So I'm gonna have to say, just like with my son, I'm gonna have to say, just with the boxing IQ, with in certain things, man, in certain things, I think that Crawford's gonna figure out a way to win. I don't think this is so. I don't think for how some people are looking at this, I don't think it's so far-fetched that Crawford can beat him. I just don't see that so far-fetched. Some people try.
His words carry the weight of experience. Betting against Crawford had already cost him dearly, and he refuses to make that mistake again. For Norman, it's a powerful reminder of Crawford's dangerous and unpredictable nature. This isn't about hype, it's about a fighter who consistently finds ways to win against the odds. In a fight of this magnitude, that kind of resilience could mean the difference between triumph and disaster. Norman wasn't speaking from blind loyalty. His perspective came from first-hand experience. After observing Crawford up close, he developed unshakable belief in him.
I wouldn't bet on the stoppage, but you say, could he stop him? You say, could he stop him? Let's remember that. What's the name? Jaime Munguia got stopped with a guy with 4 knockouts.
Yeah, and anything can happen in sport of boxing.
Yeah, I mean, if a man got two hands and he has the ability to punch, I mean, everybody has weak spots. Everybody can get hit. Everybody can get knocked out. It's just the nature of the beast.
This wasn't empty praise. It stemmed from true appreciation and understanding of the fight game. Norman has seen Crawford's talent firsthand and is convinced that his boxing IQ, timing, and mental toughness could become the deciding factors. Where some see a physical mismatch, he sees a tactical war. Crawford, Norman insists, won't merely survive. He'll adapt, analyze, and strike at the most critical moment. In a fight where one mistake could be fatal, a sharp mind may prove the ultimate weapon. Norman didn't stop at praising Crawford's abilities. When asked about the possibility of a sudden knockout, he offered a brutally honest reality check.
Crawford by decision, unanimous. Crawford unanimous decision. I feel like he's gonna outbox Canelo. If he sticks to his game plan, I feel like he's not gonna fall into Canelo's traps.
If he does do that, where does that put him in the all-time?
His point was clear. In boxing, anything is possible. A fighter doesn't need a reputation for knockout power to land the perfect shot at the perfect time. Norman reminded everyone that under the bright lights, no fighter is invincible. When two men are exchanging leather, one well-placed blow can change the course of history. In a high-stakes bout like this, both Crawford and Canelo stand only one mistake away from disaster. Yet size does not intimidate everyone. Shamar Canal, who trains alongside Crawford, delivered a confident and measured prediction. He sees a fighter prepared for every obstacle, ready to turn doubt into destiny.
I mean, I've interviewed Terence Crawford many times through the years, starting when he first had his very first fight on HBO years ago as a late replacement, and covered so many of his fights. And I can just tell by speaking to him for this fight, when I spoke to him, he was in his training camp in Colorado Springs. He was getting ready for the fight against Canelo on September 13th. And he's very aware of the magnitude of the fight. And one of the things I came away from the interview with is, you know this too because you've interviewed tons of fighters also. I've interviewed many fighters through the years where, you know, for those of us that may covered or just folks who are fans, whatever, like, oh, that's a huge fight, that's like a really big fight. And a lot of times the boxers downplay it to some degree, whether they're being for real or they're just kind of putting up a front. But they're like, hey, you know, it's just another fight. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to do my best, I'm going to win the fight, whatever. I was really excited that Terence Crawford, when we were going through some of the historical things that could take place if he wins this fight, what they would mean. And at the end of that part of the conversation, he says, there's a lot riding on this fight.